There was a time when a VFW post was as much a part of a neighborhood community as a high school football field. They hosted evening drinks for veterans, Friday fish fries with their families, but they also provided and still do valuable resources of which too many people still aren't aware. And as our veteran population continues to age and die off, so too do the posts they once visited and supported. Tonight, a special report on why we're losing so many VFWs and what can be done to save them. The Sand Lake VFW post was more than just a building to former post commander Doug Sherd.
My wife's father was a charter member.
For generations, the post was a vital part of that small community.
We donated the hall for community events, veterans memorial services. Money wasn't an issue. That's not what shut us down.
Doug says it was dwindling participation that did them in, first from the people who were once active members.
And as we lost our World War II veterans, and now we only have a couple of Korean War veterans left, but they're 90 years old.
And also younger vets who don't have the flexible schedules of previous generations, where only one parent worked and they had nights and weekends free to go to the VFW.
You can't do that no more. Both people have to work, they're raising kids, and they don't have time for it.
In recent years, Doug says they'd still put on events, but no one would show.
Basically, there was a core of 3 of us that tried to hold this together. And in December, we sat down, and we were the only 3 to show up for the meeting. And we looked at each other, and somebody said, I think it's time to pull the plug.
Last year, during the pandemic, we lost 10 posts across the state.
Derek Blumke with the Michigan VFW says in the 1990s, they had around 130,000 active members. Today, it's down to 35,000 at 261 posts.
But at the same time, you're also watching as Iraq and Afghanistan veterans are starting to come to these posts and saying, okay, this is the place that I belong.
We're long past the 1970s when the U.S. veteran population peaked. Today's reduced numbers are complicated by the fact that, Blumke admits, has been poor marketing on the part of the VFW.
So we haven't done a very good job of translating the impact and effect we have on our communities every day.
What they do is substantial. They help vets file for federal benefits, health care, home loans, life insurance, long-term aid, all kinds of emergency assistance and relief. The list is long.
We're really a volunteer army.
So just last week we replaced a member's deck, but we would do that for any veteran or any really community member that needed help from us.
Stacy Roberts took over as commander of VFW Post 3701 in Lakeview 4 years ago.
We were in debt, had less than $500 in our bank account.
She knew things were bad. She just didn't realize how bad.
I didn't know when I took over that we were being sued.
She made an emotional plea which appropriately centered around duty.
And we weren't doing funerals any longer, one, because we didn't have the members to do it. So I just said, you know, these veterans that passed, they deserve this. They deserve to be honored. And someday I hope someone's there to do it for me. So we need to do this so that the next generation will step up and do it for us too.
Then they upped their social media game.
Any little thing that we do, just let the community know so that they know that those services are available to them.
A major victory was securing a new building right in the heart of downtown, thanks in large part to a generous offer from Mercantile Bank.
We purchased this building that was listed for over $400,000 for $7,500.
They're now prime real estate during events like a recent car show, parades, or anything else going on.
The foot traffic, every time we're here almost, we have someone stop by and say, oh, like what's going on in there?
The Lakeview Post is a success story, now out of debt with a new home and up to 40 members at meetings.
But there's not really a secret answer to how we are where we are. It's just about connecting to our community and connecting to our fellow comrades.
And plans for the future.
The next generation, we need to get them excited so that they have a place to come and gather with people that they served with and to support each other. And then if they're excited, then they can excite the next generation.
In the web version of this story, we'll have a link to the many services VFWs provide to members and their families.